Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another interesting video. This time working in a 2010 Ford Mustang GT 4.6 liters. Matthew Lawrence from Nebraska. This is your computer. His concern, very common on these computers, O2 sensor heaters not working. In this case, I think it's bank 1 sensor 1 and bank 2 sensor 1 as well. He didn't mention anything about the air conditioning or so, but I will obviously be replacing those. As I normally do for all my customers, I will try to reproduce the concern first to make sure that indeed the problem is in here. Like that, when I do the repairs, I can show you and him that indeed the computer is repaired. All right, so I already have the computer connected. Let me get you into the scanner. Let me first show you the computer connected. It's been in here for a couple of days. I'm sorry, guys. I got here till the 16th and didn't work. Will start to work until the 17th. Jet lag and all that stuff from Alaska. And I'm trying to keep up as much as I can to get you the best service. But I have a lot of work, so please bear with me. You are in the best hands, no doubt about it. But I need a little help because I got a lot of work. I'm trying to keep up. All right, so as you see, I have 4 test light connectors, and we're going to do the tests for the O2 sensor heaters on all 4 O2 sensors. So let me show you his notes. As I normally do, I created a complete folder for the customer. You can see I got a lot of information, including all the color diagrams, etc. First, he sent me these 2 captures that he got with his own scanner. We can definitely see here, you know, P0133 slow response bank 1 sensor 1, and P0153 O2 slow response bank 2 sensor 1. If we go over to the next one, and this is why they're having a slow response, because they have no heater. So until the vehicle goes into full warm, these sensors, especially if it's the upper bank, the heater is very important in those because they don't get as hot as the one as down, and it's just the way it is. But yeah, if the circuitry inside the computer gets damaged, that's where you get these faults. And we can see bank 1 sensor 1, P0135, and then P0155 O2 sensor heater, bank 2 sensor 1. So all in bank 1. I also have, let me see what else. This is his notes. You can see your computer here, Matthew. And we can see not receiving correct information or reading data from O2 sensor 1 on both banks incorrectly referred to email chain info. So as we just saw there. VIN number on the vehicle, the last digits will be 5100747. Color wire diagrams. Let me get the one for the O2 sensors. Well, actually, I can tell you the connections on the O2 sensors, which are actually really easy to find because I have it already mapped out, are in, let me see, in the connectors in here. So we will have one in the connector with 70 pins, which is connector 175E, and then 2 on connector 175E with 50 pins. I know this by memory. So on the one with 50 pins, which is connector E, there will be on 47 and 48. We can see here. Let me get a box so you can see where I am, because on Word, on PDF, the mouse pretty much disappears. So these that are not populated like white as this one means are not connected on the vehicle for the VIN number. This is correctly with the VIN number. So 47 and 48, if we scroll down to that pins, or those pins, we can see here 47, it says heater oxygen circuit 1 2 again, and then 48 heater circuit sensor 2 2. So even though he has no fault for those, I'm going to do a test so we will get either no faults in here or faults only for the sensors that are not working properly. On the other connector, the one with 70 pins, right? So we are here. Let me get another of those boxes. You You can see all these are connected. The ones are like graded out, again, not connected. So let's just scroll down, and this is going to be connected into 69 and 70. All right, let me get another box, and we have here, so 69, it says heater circuit for O2 sensor 11, and we can see right here, right next to that box, you can see what it says HTR, that means heater 11, and then pin 70, heater 21. So I have, again, the test light connected to those circuits, and that will make me quick to do a test. Will make very quickly the test. The computer is providing, or will provide, sorry, the heater ground. It's a pulse width modulated ground. So that's what we will be seeing. No, that's not what I meant to do. Come on, right here. All right, so I got the scanner ready. So what we will have is these two here are connected over to the downstream, the 2.2 and the 1.2. And the other lights in there, connected right here, are connected into pins, into O2 sensor heater 1.1 and 2.1. All right, in order to do these tests, to test those, since I don't have the correct O2 heaters, right, all I need to do is go into the codes menu and do a key on self-test. This will, you see, it's now doing a test on all the O2 sensor heaters. That is not right. That shouldn't be happening. I can immediately see that that is actually something. It should just light up. You see, it's like a quick light up. When it does that steady, that means that we have a problem on those two. And most likely, based on where the lights are, I can see that that is 1.1 and 2.1. So I am able to reproduce your concern. Let's see. Yeah, and we immediately have P0135 O2 sensor heater 1.1 and O2 sensor heater 2.1. I'm going to unplug one of the test lights. I don't know which one is because I can see, well, that I think it's 2, but let's do the test again with one of these test lights disconnected. Now we will get a fault code for one of the downstream O2s because I unplugged that test light. So let me prove that indeed this test is going to be working. It's a good test. Again, I don't like that activation. Just that shouldn't be there like that. All right, now let's exactly look at the fault codes. Now we got P0135, bank 1, sensor 1, P0155, bank 2, sensor 1, but also now we have P0161, O2 sensor heater 2.2. So that means that the test that I'm doing is valid and I can reproduce your concern, Matthew. So let me do the repairs and I'll be right back, guys. This is opening the computers and replacing the component that is on that's or the controls those circuits that controls the O2 sensors, the purge valve, and there is another other components that I always replace too that controls also the air conditioning and so on. But let me do those, and again I'll be right back. This is a short test, and I know that sometimes I show the repairs, but since I have so much work, guys, I'm trying to keep up, so please just understand that this time. But I'll be right back, and hopefully it's repairable, right? Because the computer will tell us at the end if the repairs are done. Sometimes the sensor signals are good, but the one is not reading it properly as a microprocessor, and that will deem the computer not repairable. I only had so far one computer that I have to get and use one and program it for the customer. All right, guys, just a quick pick for you guys and for Matthew. This is your computer, and I'm actually right now in the process of doing the repairs. It's on the heater, on the hot plate to remove the components and then perform the repairs. Again, just a short update. All right, guys. All right, guys, the repair are done. So let me plug the computer. For this one, it's actually pretty quick because I already have everything built for these computers as far as the test connections, right? So let me make sure I'm doing this right. I think I had it right. I don't know if I mentioned this on the start of the video, but this computer has 3 connectors. 2 are 50 pins and 1 is a 70 pin. So the center one is B as for body, and all powers and grounds communications are in here. The rest, this is T for transmission and in E for engine, where most of the sensors are, even though the other O2 sensors are here. So let's connect the I have, let me see, because I have 2 long ones and 2 short ones. So this should be for the ones on this side, which are in pins 47 and 40. Let me see, 47, 48, 49. Yeah, 47 and 48. And then we're going to connect 69 and 70 on this side for the other two O2 sensors. Yep, are connected. All right, so we will have, well, now the computer is open, but it still will have, and you can see in there, let me take this slide out. It was more for me to connect than for you to see. All right, let me power the computer up. Power supply off. I always do just for protection. Nothing gets shorter, right? Power on the computer. You can see how now they're all just like a brief activation. The computer always does that in the first connection. And I need to connect the scanner again. I have everything disconnected, so I can get access to my, my desk to work. Especially with the hot plate, it's very warm to the touch and very hot. It can create a fire, so I don't want that, right? So I'm waiting just for the scanner to connect the PCI, right? Okay, I just heard a beep. So let me get to the scanner on here. And let's go into scanner. You can see it's doing a test. You see that? That is great. So that is actually, as it's connecting to the scanner, it's doing a self-test. And I like what I see because it was the same activation in all 4. We still got, those, I'm not sure why I went to that view. Oh, I know why, because I disconnected, but not to the car. All right, so let's do memory codes one more time. Because we should have, perfect. Look at this, guys. There is now one O2 sensor fault code in memory codes. That is excellent. I not even need to erase it. Look at this. It's now one memory code for O2 sensors. This is, as I told Matthew, because I already spoke to him, a very nice guy. Thank you so much, Matthew, for trusting my Salazar Diagnostics, and I hope that you get to enjoy your vehicle, your beautiful vehicle, because Mustangs are a lot of fun. No doubt about it. So I not even need to clear fault codes, but I'm going to do a key on, engine off, the same test that we did before. You see the activations? No longer staying on. This is exactly, you see that flickering is exactly what we're looking for. You see it's doing a multiple tests. It says now O2 sensor or resistance. Okay, that's fine. That's resistance. That's not a problem. Band 1 sensor 1, band 2 sensor 1. It doesn't like the resistance that we have in there. But I want you to see, because you're going to say, well, Mike, but that is the same thing. No, it's not. So the resistance that it's doing now is a resistance check on the O2 sensor heater. And obviously, this is a test light. It's not an O2 sensor heater. But look at the fault code, P0053, P0059. That is completely a different fault code. And it's actually great. Why? Because remember the fault code that we have here. And I can show you, well, I know for you it's going to be yes before. For me, it's not, but the O2 sensor heater fault that we had, it was P0135 and P0155. Completely different fault codes. And this is, again, what we're seeing in here now is just because it's a different resistance. So this is actually great, because that tells me that the computer logic is perfect and everything is working good. We saw the activations and both doing the same, and I'm seeing both bank 2 and bank 1, sensor 1 and sensor 2. So we saw the activations mimicking in all the 4 test lights. So everything is good to go. All right, guys. So this is a short video again that I'm trying to hustle up as much as I can. I already got customers that got the computer 3 or 4 days ago trying to call me. I said, I'm sorry, but if you're in a rush, I'd rather send the computer back because I don't want to let you down. And I'm not trying to, to be disrespectful or something like that. Sometimes text is not the best to tell the customer. What I'm trying to say, if you're in a rush, I understand this is just me, because even though I have more people helping me, packing, opening computers and doing some tests for me, the repairs, I am the only one doing it. And I have a lot of work. So I cannot, and as you see, this is not just replacing components and sending it back to you. I do a full test. So in order to do the before and after test and recording this video, it actually makes it even longer, but I don't mind, and I will keep doing it that way because that separates my company, my services from anyone in the world. Nobody does what I do to show you with certainty that your computer is fully repaired. So this will be a peace of mind for him. He can connect it back. The computer is 100% repaired. If you have any computers that you need to send for repairs, instrument clusters, please trust Mike Salazar Diagnostics. I'm going to put in the title of this video the website so you can copy and paste it. If you look for Mike Salazar, I pretty much can tell you that I will come up at first in any Google search. Or maybe just sometimes depends on the country you are. You need to add the diagnostics. Remember how my name is spelled: M-A-I-C, Salazar, S-A-L-A-Z-A-R, Diagnostics. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.